Ride on their ass, 160 read on the dash, hand on the wheel and my feet on the gas. Got everything on smash. Don, no, Mar, let's get it. Reek the Ville, J-Do, what up? See the way we do it, see the way we cut up. Put your money where your mouth is, or shut up.
Velocity. Level 2 upgrade. Hey guys, we are back for another upgrade for Velocity. This time around, we have the Savox IP67 waterproof servo. If you guys don't know, this servo is by far the best darn servo you can get for a 1/16th model. It's metal geared, it's waterproof, and well, it's a lot more reliable. It's 10 times, I bet, more reliable than the old 2080 that are in the 1/16th stocks. This servo was donated to me by my very good friend Coyote0976, and I gotta say, man, thanks a whole lot, dude. This is crazy, man. Not only did I get one of these, I did get two for a dual servo system. I don't know how to do that quite yet. I'm still researching that, so that'll be a later upgrade. So without waiting, let's start getting this thing installed. Alright, to open this up, all we gotta do is peel back the cardboard, pull off the back. There's still more. And there we have the servo and all of its parts. Now, I don't think I'm going to be needing any of these, but yeah, put these aside, and here we have the Savox servo. Guys, this thing looks awesome. It looks a lot like the stock one that's in there, but guys, the Savox servos are by far one of the best, not unless they are the best servos out there. Especially for the 1/16th. The 1/16 versions are just crazy awesome. Now, let's get this thing installed. Alright, first off, what we're going to do is we're going to disconnect the connectors from the ESC to the motor. There we go. We're going to open up the battery tray, pull out the ESC, and then what we're going to do is we're going to remove this one screw that holds the motor to the motor mount. Alright, with the screw removed, the motor should slide right on off. Come on, just like that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to remove the 4 screws that hold the receiver box in place. Alright, with 4 screws removed, the wire tie as well as the receiver box comes right on up. Now what we can do is we can remove the plug from channel 1. Just work it out. There we go. We're going to take it, feed it through the receiver box, and from there, pull it off to the side. Now what we can do is we can remove the 2 screws that hold the servo in place. Alright, with 2 screws removed, next we can pull the servo guard off, and then we can remove this 1 screw that holds the servo horn to the servo. Alright, next up what we're going to do is we're going to pull off the servo horn, just like that. And now we can pull out the old servo. Alright, here we have the old and new servo. As you guys can see, the design difference is really not that much. They're both about the same. The color, obviously, is the Savox is a lot more lighter, as well as these output things, I don't know what they're called. One's metal, one's plastic, as well as just the core is a different color. Not much of a problem to me, but I gotta say, guys, the Savox will beat the Traxxas any day. So let's get this installed. Alright, what first we're going to do is we're going to take the servo facing this direction, feed the wire through the hole, and then slide in the new servo. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to plug in the servo and center it before we can put in the servo horn. Next up, what we're going to do is we're going to center the tires. You can do it just by making the turnbuckle straight. And you can take the horn, slide it into position, and then screw down the one screw that holds it in place. Next up, what we're going to do is we're going to take the servo guard and slide it into position. Now what we're going to do is we're going to screw down the two screws that go down on this side. Right here and right here. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to take the servo wire, feed it through the receiver box, like so. Come on. There we go. Make sure it goes through completely. Come on, work with me. There we go. And plug it into channel 1. Now make sure the black wire is to that side of the receiver, or else it won't work. Now what we can do is we can take our wires, stuff them in the receiver box once again, put inside the little groove, making sure the O-ring or the seal ring isn't in the way, and closing it off and screwing down the two screws that hold the receiver box in place. Next up, what we're going to do is we're going to take the wire tie, slide in position, and screw down the two screws that hold it down in place. Next up, what we're going to do is we're going to take the motor, slide it on its little post, and then slide into position and screw it down with the one screw that goes here. All that's left to do is to open up the battery door once again, slide the ESC in place, and then reconnect the motor to the ESC. Just like so. We can close it off, and then we are done with this upgrade. Here is before. And here is after, guys. Check it out. Servo is definitely more responsive, as well as it's just so much better compared to the Traxxas 2080. I gotta say, Kyle, thanks a whole freaking bucket load for this awesome upgrade. And that was Velocity's Level 2 upgrade.